I remember growing up in the 70s and the 80s where people worked out their problems, with one another. And if they got in a fight, they used their hands, feet, or threw maybe cans of balls or bottles or something, but they didn't shoot one another and stab. And when women had a disagreement with a man, they argued it out. They didn't call the police for every little thing, or they end up shooting one another. And the parents looked out for one another. The kids playing hide and seek, baseball, basketball, punch ball, basketball, can ball, whatever they were playing with their kites, frisbees. All those days is long gone. Little girls jumping double dutch, even guys jumping rope too, double dutch, and playing hide and seek, going to the parks, cookouts. A lot of that is gone. That's the world we living in. And a lot of us in the community, especially women of color, they rely on the police for everything. Just call the police and we need more police. That costs us money. The taxpayers have to pay for that. That's not the answer. So most likely if you're a colored woman and you're asking for more police, the city, the mayor, the governor knows where they're sending those police officers. And the police officers is trained, and so they come in with prejudice into those communities, most likely of, men of color, boys and men, Hispanics, whoever may be in those communities. Because women of color is asking for more policing. So they're going to come with prejudice. So we need to put a stop to that. First of all, we can't rely on the police to be our mothers and fathers. We have to do that. Young girls, young women, whatever you may have it. Stop relying on people to come into your communities, your neighborhoods. They're going to have prejudices and fear. They're already frightened, and that fear turns into hate. We all know, and eventually it turns into murder. So we have to find another solution, more religion, meditation, watch how we eat. And, and if you have your trash and everything, throw it in the garbage can. You got residential people of color, all lives matter. You're saying Black Lives Matter. We have to pay for them summonses. If you're dirtying up the street and throwing your garbage, that's not going to help. So we all got to look out for one another. And that's the bottom line. And, more religion, be kind, hello to one another. If you don't say hello, you can smile or, and talking bad about one another. That's not going to help. And women dating men just for money. He's gonna react to that. He see you as a prostitute, a slut, or whatever, and you're not cooking anymore. You're cooking, so the children see all of that. It's all about fast food restaurants and everything, and designer clothes and everything. But we need to find more love and love one another, and stop blaming other people for our own problems. In our communities, whether you Black, white, Hispanic, Chinese, so on. And we end racism, and we gotta help Libya. All of us, all lives matter. You got people in slavery in Libya, Saudi Arabia, wherever it may be, around the world, Israel, China, wherever it may be. We got to end slavery, racism. We got to help these people going. If you have people enslaved in your countries, free them. Just send them back to where they belong. America has to help Europe, China, whatever this racism is, slavery, prejudice. We have to look out for one another. We got to love one another and love this beautiful world. The world is a beautiful place, and planet Earth is the smallest planet in the galaxy. It's so much hate and prejudice, and this Donald Trump is doing a lot of wrong things. Some things he do good, and some things wrong, and he say the wrong things, get people more upset. And the media too. Stop using color, black, white, race every time. You're just using, race all the time, calling people of color, Spanish, Black, Indian, minorities. Then white people is preferred to as majority. So the media, you're responsible too for all this racism and prejudice. So we all got to stop right there with this color stuff, and still hatred towards gays, lesbians, homosexuals. That's where they born, most women. If it's their lifestyle, that's their business. Men who love men, women who love women, men who love women, women who love men. That's your business. Or whatever. We shouldn't assault them and go after them and harm them and kill them. There's a lot of that going on too. And if you're a person, man or woman, especially the young ones coming up, and you have hatred towards people, do not join law enforcement. Do not join the police department if you're coming with your own prejudice because you was bullied or whatever your reason is. Do not join the police department. Or don't run for public office. That means senator, mayor, judge, attorney. If you prejudice, you don't need to run for public office. You racist and you hate people like that and got your prejudice, do not run for public office. Again, police department, medical facility, hospitals, nurses, doctors, whatever it may be. You just doing it for the money. You know, that's crazy. That's pathetic. If you're just worrying about getting a paycheck, benefits, and retirements, pension, don't join the police department, the fire department. You don't care for certain groups of people. You have hate and your prejudice. And you're thinking about raping people and stealing from them, planting things on them, whatever you may be doing in law enforcement, fire department, the hospitals, nurses, doctors, and so on. You don't need to be there and run for public. You come in with your prejudices and hate. God bless everyone. Take care.